Good morning. It is Monday, the 30th of March. Tanj here, leadership and mindset specialist for real estate and property professionals. But hello to all of you who aren't in that industry and choose to jump in and on board anyway. How are you going? Here we are. What is Mindset Mastery Monday? It's where I come on live on Instagram and Facebook to provide support, provide answers to your cues, share distinctions to help you master your mind, especially in times of Corona Loco. Erin, good morning. Elish, good morning. Fiona, great to have you here on Facebook. Please type in, if you're not driving, one word to describe how you're feeling today. Good morning, Owen. Great to have you here. Yes, that was Dr. Joe Dispenza I was listening to in the shower this morning. G'day, James. Great to have you here as well. Good morning to everyone that chose to join in. Diane, good morning, all the way from New Zealand. How are you, my love? How's lockdown going over there? Suzanne Caligari, my beautiful cousin, who is an amazing cook. Please follow her on Instagram. Man, she just makes cooking look fantastic. Property buyers, hey, great. How are you? Nice to have you here. Type in one word to describe how you're feeling. Also want to say congratulations to all of you who chose to join in on day one for 30 days of the Morning Miracle. We are choosing to use this time of lockdown to elevate our state physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We're following a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Hey, Kate. Hey, how are you? Good morning, Sean. Elated. Thank you, gorgeous. Good on you, Diane. And the reason we're following this book, Kate, did you do savers this morning, my love? Is, good morning to you too, Sean. The reason we're following this book is in self-isolation, it's very common that people are starting to get a little bit lackadaisy with their own personal disciplines and practices of looking after themselves. You can't go to the gym anymore. Now, as of last night, you can only socially connect with another person. So you can have private sessions with your personal trainer. I'm choosing just not to do any of that because what's to say your personal trainer isn't connecting with a lot of people that could potentially have the virus. And I live down on the Mornington Peninsula, which is the second highest, the area with the second highest amount of coronavirus cases. I suppose a lot of time for personal growth. Exactly. So I personally have chosen to use this time of lockdown and self-isolation for personal transformation. Zero alcohol. Practicing savers daily, which I'll talk about shortly. But what I'd love you to do as I share about what a group of us are doing around savers is please type in your question or your challenge or the biggest thing that you're dealing with right now. This is an open mic Monday where I'm just available to you. What are you dealing with? What is your challenge? How can I help? And if I can't help now, I'll find a resource. So type in your question. What can I help you with? What's your biggest challenge? So I'm choosing to use this time for personal transformation. Now, I set an invitation on Instagram for people to join me for a 30-day challenge that started today. Today's day one. And whether you do all 6 or 1 or 3 of Hal Elrod's savers, S for silence, A for affirmation, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading or listening to podcasts like I was this morning in the shower, or S for scribing, not scrubbing. Thank you, Luke. That was human error, typo. Hey, Lou, great to have you here. This is a proven way. So when Hal Elrod was studying what the most successful people on the planet do, he really learnt that whether it was Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson, Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, whoever it is, whether they be a philanthropist, thought leader, successful business person, they all did 1, 2, or 3 of these 6 things. Silence, meditating, detaching from thought, really important, and we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. Affirmation, affirming who we are, telling our brain and dictating to our brain positive messages so it can start looking for experiences and things consistent with that. V, visualizing a life that we want, a future we desire actually fulfilled. E, exercising. That is a must. If we're on the self-isolation, please, 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 if you just do one thing, meditate and or exercise, because when we exercise, we release dopamine and serotonin, which are the feel-good hormones. G'day, Miss Hannah and Emily in the house. Luke, good thoughts, super lessons. Great to have you here, Luke. I'm going to come back and read your messages. Ease for exercise. Please don't get, you know, doona diving, because it's going to elevate a state of depression and feeling heavy and helplessness. And this is the best way to elevate our state. Reading or listening to podcasts and scribing in your gratitude journal. Or I like to use the 5-minute journal online. Sorry, not online, it's an app. Have a look at your app store in your smartphone called 5-minute journal. This, he said that not one person did all 6. They typically did all 3, or 3 of them. Now, whether you do 1, if you've done nothing like this, 3 or 6, I do 6. It's just a daily discipline. It's time to give yourself the oxygen before everybody else, and it will significantly elevate your state. So I cast an invitation on Instagram for people to join me to do savers, and we started today. So if you have joined in and you've started today, please let me know how you're feeling. Now, Luke just ran 7Ks this morning. Best thing ever. Boom. Awesome. Exactly. Get into an amazing state. I feel incredible. And I ended my shower with a cold shower. Who else does freezing showers? Sean, it's challenging for me to get listings and buyers because a lot of people seem scared and have a closed mindset and they just don't want to make a move. Sean, exactly. My friend, here is my invitation, if I may. You're on here, so I'm assuming that you're okay with me providing some free coaching, and that's what this is about. Good morning, Simon. Great to have you here, Mr. Maguire. Sean, my friend, anyone in particular real estate, now we've got time to focus on listing and selling. What I mean by that is people are still transacting. Buyers are still buying and vendors are still selling. And they're doing that because their financial situations may have changed. Maybe they are cashed up investors and Corona Loco is not going to impact them. So you can still do business as usual, just do it differently. And the only invitation I would extend to you and any other agent or principal out there is please don't come from the premise of shit, you know, money's tight and I've got to make money and I've got to get a listing. Please come from, there actually are people that need real estate assistance right now. There are people that have lost their jobs or their partners have lost their jobs and they need a hand to potentially get it valued and put on the market and sold online. And I could really be that person. And the only way for me to establish if that's what they need is to ring. So now's the time to ring people in your community and say, hey, Sean here from, you know, like from Richardson and Wrench, and was it Rain and Horn? I can't remember. Sean, please let me know. I've had too many clients from too many brands recently, and I'm just ringing to see if you need a hand with any real estate needs, because we know people are needing to make some big decisions in the current climate. You know, really here for you, and there's ways that we can do it that keeps you and everybody else completely safe. So come from a connection service point of view rather than a listing selling point of view. Does that make sense, Sean? And people can feel where you're coming from. If you're just ringing and connecting saying, hey, how you going? Do you have any questions about real estate? Is there anything I can help you with right now? They're going to remember that agent versus the agent that just rings to make a, you know, to try and get a listing for themselves, even though you may be in survival mode. Fiona Knight says, good morning, feeling accomplished, cleaned out 2 sheds over the weekend, time to concentrate on what we can do. Exactly, Fiona. Fiona, I'm with you, sister. I organized my pantry, I cleaned out my fridge, I cleaned out my freezer, I cleaned out my ensuite cupboards, I threw out old stuff, garbage bags, clearing, sorting. The garage is the weekend's project, so well done. Owen, keeping the daily routine going when it is difficult, even knowing what day it is. Yeah, this is critical and important more than ever because there's so much we can't control. You can't control the controllables. So there's so much we can't control, but you can control the uncontrolled. Let me start again. You can't control the uncontrollables. We know that. But we can control how we respond or how we react. And that's really why we're doing savers. We want to encourage people to be empowered in these times of uncertainty. So keeping a daily practice, keeping a daily routine just instills these habits where you can keep your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self high. Good on you, tongue-tied. Look, this is what it looks like to go live, right? Unscripted, unrehearsed, just showing up, being of service, making a lot of human errors hours this morning, but that's okay. You get my intention. So this is why I want to support you to be accountable, because when we're not accountable to anybody, we can be really slippery with our own commitments to ourselves. I want to also talk about, and I know there's some more questions here, listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza this morning really reminded me of a great distinction called cause and effect versus causing an effect. Now, I know it's going live on video. Love it. Good on you, Luke. Thank you. Paul, g'day. Great to have you here. How are things up? Are you still up in Queensland, my friend? So there's a difference between cause and effect, which means things are happening outside of ourselves and they affect and impact us, and we become a victim of circumstance, or causing an effect. And here's what I was reminded of in listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being You in the shower this morning, is this. There is going to be a very heightened state of fear, uncertainty, and insecurity right now. It's normal because we are uncontrollably being catapulted into survival mode. When we are in survival mode, fight and flight, we are in fear. And when we're in fear, as an acronym, it's false evidence appearing real. When we're in fear and survival and stress, it reduces our blood flow to our brain and our vital organs, and it concentrates in our adrenal glands, because we think, as I say all the time, there's a saber-toothed tiger running behind our butt and we're in constant chase. Now, this is unsustainable. It's only meant to be occurring for short spurts of time. But here's the deal. If we're in self-isolation at home and we're doing even our morning practice, trying to think positive, trying to think about brighter futures and, greater times ahead, and we're projecting an energy of fear and scarcity and worry and stress, as Dr. Joe Dispenza puts it, it's an incoherent heart, meaning the universe, source, God, Allah, Vishnu, Krishna, whatever your definition of it, for me it's source, is all energy. So if you're thinking you want money, if you want solutions, if you want Corona Loco to finish, if you want a brighter future, if you want a healthy body, if you want your parents or children to be safe and not sick, but your heart is in fear, it's incoherent. So you will not send out and broadcast an energy that is consistent with that which you want. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Please let me know. Good to hear. G'day, guys. So the best way that we can control the controllables is to have a coherent heart and start to really broadcast that which we love. What does that actually mean? To have a coherent heart, we must connect with what we love. We have to shift from fear to love. We have to have an attitude of gratitude, and this goes for manifesting too. If you are trying to manifest clients, to manifest a windfall, to manifest good health for you, your family, or others, to manifest a vaccine for Corona Loco, or to manifest anything at all, you can't actually be causing an effect in a state of fear and an incoherent heart. G'day, D. Great to have you here. Thank you, Guy. Makes perfect sense. He says, is it too late to join the challenge? Hell to the no. Listen, there's no rules. I'm just extending an invitation. What I'd like you to do is go and buy The Miracle Morning by Miracle Morning. There I go again, Luke. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, or download the audio book. I'm going to keep posting information every day, and you can jump in and just do 30 days. Once you do 30 days, you post on your page, day 1 of 30 days done, and tag me so I can high five you and share it and celebrate you, and our community can celebrate you as well. So absolutely jump on board. Thank you, Sean Richardson and Wrench. I had it right the first time, my friend. Okay, great distinction, Tanja. Thank you. Carney, good morning. Jenny, hey, how are you, Tam? Yes, makes perfect sense. Thank you to everyone who's joining in. So as we practice savers, and as you have an attitude of gratitude, here's my invitation. I really want to extend an opportunity for all of us to use the power that is vested in us to actually manifest a new reality. I know that for some may sound of spiritual woo-woo, but hang in there. It's never too late, says Luke. Exactly. I'm in huge pain right now, so this is very helpful. Guy, my friend, I hear you and I feel you, brother. Are you saying huge pain physically or mentally or financially or all of the above? REI, New South Wales, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Mindset Mastery Monday. This is where we come together as a community to elevate our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual state. Actually, can I just add, if you are in pain or if you are struggling, and if you are in real estate, but even if you're not, I'm here for you. You're a human, a heartbeat like me. Let's do this together. I released a real estate free support line. The number is 0413-219-923. I'm looking because I haven't embodied it yet. 0413-219-923. I'm here just to be of service, to help you. I may not be able to solve the problem that you're dealing with, but I can definitely shift your state, shift your mindset, so you are more equipped to deal with the stresses and fear that you're facing. Hey Guy, lots of gold from Tanj. I'm in huge pain. So Guy, first thing, I hear you, and thank you for being vulnerable enough to share that publicly. Thank you for being courageous enough to voice it, and thank you for joining a conscious community that comes here every Monday, every Friday, and soon to be every day, to be of service to one another. Because this is, I'm sorry to say, it's going to get worse before it gets better, and it's going to be a big wave. But but we are far greater than we think, and we are equipped to ride this wave more than we realize. So my invitation is, this is not the time to be focused on cause and effect. This is the time to be focused on causing an effect. You cannot cause a change or a different effect with an incoherent heart. We must shift from fear into love. And how do we do that? The best way I know how is to have an attitude of gratitude. And you can have an attitude of gratitude for two different currents in your life. Tam, yes, we are. So much yes, says Diane. Thank you. Now, current number one, have an attitude of gratitude for things already in your air, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, food in the fridge, kids in your home, a partner, pets, the sound of birds right now in my backyard, bamboo, you know, dancing in the breeze. There is so much to be grateful for podcasts, coaches, each other, you guys, your names and faces and emojis popping up. I am grateful for you because you give me a reason to live, as much as my kids do as well. Because this is my purpose, to inspire others to believe in themselves and fulfill their potential now. I've never faced times like this. Maybe you haven't either. But what I do know is when we face them together, we become unstoppable. Chris says, I've found that the more I watch the news and see posts on Facebook around coronavirus, the more fear I display. I now limit what media I see, therefore keep my fear at bay. Yes, amen, sister. That's the game. Keep informed with reputable channels, but there is a lot of hype and sensationalism because media feeds off fear. Janet, welcome. Hey, Carrie Ann. Tanya, nice to see you. Emotionally from real relationship ended. Guy, hey, I feel you. Emotional from an ended relationship. Emotion, my friend, is energy in motion. The best thing you can do is honor the emotion. Do not suppress it. If you feel angry, channel that and move your body and exercise, or scream into a pillow or punch the couch. Or if you feel sad, release the tears. It's spiritual housekeeping. I too completed a marriage of 20 years 10 months ago. So I understand, my friend, that, you know, emotion is a big thing when you end a relationship. Whether you did it, it was mutual in my case, or it happened to you, or perhaps maybe what I can offer is it might have happened for you. It might have happened for you. So yeah, if there's any way I can be of service, I'm here. Yes, good share. Keep talking about it. Thanks. I'm in a week or so, cleansing of the land, Raul cleansing of the land. So this 30-day talent challenge is a light for me right now. Oh, beautiful. Nice to hear. Cleansing of the land. Beautiful. Hey, Paula. So here's what I want to suggest. Number one, if you need a hand right now, stay online or join me, Mindset Mastery Monday, Rapid Fire Friday. If you want to join a support group, we've launched the 30-day Miracle Morning Challenge. There's nothing you need to register for. There's no Facebook page. I want to keep this simple because there's so much stuff being bombarded out there. It's just a matter of stay connected with me. Connect with me on Instagram or Facebook, and every day we're practicing savers, so please have a look at what we're doing. I'll post more on Facebook about this today because I've been more active on Instagram. Instagram. And it's just about keeping accountable. And going back to that cause and effect versus causing an effect, there's two currents, as I was saying. So have an attitude of gratitude for the things in the life and the experiences you have right now. And here's the other thing. You can have, this is getting into the quantum field and quantum physics realm now. You can have an attitude of gratitude for things that you desire in the future now, which means you will attract them, but you will not attract them based on a foundation of fear and scarcity, which is what I was talking about before, Dr. Joe Dispenza's message around a coherent and incoherent heart. So this one we understand. Have an attitude of gratitude for the things that you have, for the relationship you had, Guy, for the lessons and the blessings and the joy that you experienced in that relationship. And now you could shift into, okay, well, I trust, and here's what's helped me, Guy, as hard as it was to complete a 20-year marriage, to let go of that happy ever after, and to not get hooked into the magic and all the universal synchronicity that brought us together, because it's easy to get tugged back into that, and to actually accept that we were growing apart and we were no longer enabling each other to grow. Here's what helped me, Guy, and anyone else going through a relationship breakup, or you have, or you might, because you're in self-isolation and driving each other crazy. Just kidding. Is faith. When we have faith that things are happening for us, not to us, that everything is in grand design, even Corona Loco. Like, I have faith that this is a massive elevation of human consciousness. I have faith that Mother Nature is sending everyone to her bedroom, and that this will hopefully change the mass consumerism and the unconscious behavior of us human beings, and that we start to shift how we operate. I have faith that we will innovate and rise above this changing and challenging time, and we will meet ourselves and one another as a community like never ever before. And that faith and that definition keeps me positive rather than in fear. Does that make sense? You're an angel. Thank you. So are you, Suzanne. Yes, yes, yes. Savers, work truly works. Haven't practiced it for a while. Perfect timing. Yes, Suzanne, jump on the savers lane. So does that make sense? Guy, thank you so much. You're welcome, my friend. So here's my invitation. Have faith that this is happening for you, not to you. If you decide this is happening to you, you will go down in victim town. If you decide this is happening for you and that you have faith, I'm telling you, I've had messages of miracles since my Rapid Fire Friday post last Friday. People who say, I know on the other side of the door of fear is greatness, and that's what I want. And I said, well, if the door is fear, then the doorknob is vulnerability and courage, and you got to open that doorknob to go through. You got to be vulnerable and courageous. And sometimes that means sitting on a step outside saying, I'm here and I am vulnerable and I'm willing to be courageous. Show me what I need to do. Show me what I need to do, because we're not making great decisions from up here right now. We are in a lot of fear. Sean, yes, you always make sense. Thank you. Oh my God, I seriously have 1980s hairdo right now. Anyway, that's just me being vain. I'm with you, absolutely. Rise above materialism and into your soul and who you are meant to be. Yes, Diane. So I also acknowledge that this is a time where we actually have to focus on eating, paying rent, paying our mortgage, paying our car loan repayments. Like, I'm not saying, oh, sit on a mound of saffron and meditate and a bag of money will fall in your lap and everything will be sorted. I am saying you need to apply a practical magic in this time. You definitely need to reduce expenses and manage your finances and just keep your reserve as strong as possible. You need to unsubscribe to all the stuff that doesn't enable you to grow, and invest in your future by being grateful for everything you have and being grateful for that which is coming to you. But in that second current that I'm talking about, there is one key thing, and that is you have to get in heart coherence. You have to feel the feeling, Guy, of being in a juicy, yummy, fulfilled, dynamic, sexy relationship, whatever floats your boat. For those that have lost their jobs, you have to feel what it feels like to be working again and making a difference and being of service and having money coming in. For those of you that have had to let people go, you have to feel in your heart that it's not your fault and it's going to give them access to fulfill a dream or inspire to act or trust the process. because I don't think that the universe is out to get us, but I do think human beings in the universe have been out of coherence. And this, for me, a useful belief is this is a beautiful time to become creators of our own reality, stop getting caught up in Corona Loco, and start to be masters of our mind. So that's why I'm inviting people to join Savers. That's why I'm inviting us to meditate, to affirm who we are in the future that we are co-creating, to visualize the life that we want and have an attitude of gratitude, to exercise. Now is the time. You know, I am using this time of self-isolation to transform myself inside and out. Like I'm going to be unrecognizable to myself, right? And that's the game that I'm playing. By the way, questions. Do you have any questions? Is there anything you're dealing with? Is there anything I can help you with in the time that we have together? It's because I'm here for you. Oh, my hair looks great. Oh, Sean, you are very kind, my friend. I'm thinking it looks a little bit dynasty, not dynasty as in bountiful, but like just 80s. So let me know if you've got any questions. You are a very wise woman. Thank you, says Chris. Time for focus on the simple. Yes. I'm loving this time of simplicity. I'm loving this time of stillness. Now is the time to clean out the cupboards of your mind, clean out the cupboards in your house, do your filing, get your tax done, clear out your in tray, clear out your wardrobe, clear out the garage, clear out the pantry, clear out the cutlery drawer. Start designing, pivoting, morphing, twisting and changing into asking yourself, what can you do? Start taking your business online. Start being of service to your community. Start connecting. Just get on the phone and call people in your database and say, hey, Tanj here from ABC Realty. How are you going? Is there anything I can help you with? Do you need a hand? Do you have any questions around real estate? Because we know many people are having to make pretty big decisions in their lives right now. And I'm here for you. Connect. This is the time to connect. Laura, good morning. How are you? Have you, friend? New Zealand government have come to the party offering packages of 80% of your wages at this time of isolation. Truly hope that your government come to the same. I think that our government's providing $750 per person, but wow, that sounds like an amazing strategy. You have awesome leadership over there. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Chris. Great to have you here. What about people guessing about the uncertainty? All right, I'm going to come back to that one. Luke, thank you. That's a good question. Love listening to your reassuring, powerful words. You're so welcome, Belinda. Laura, great to have you here. Good morning, Kaya. You better get ready because we got to go to the doctors, honey. Great to have you tuning in as well. So hi, Navid, great to have you here too. So Luke's question, what about people guessing about the uncertainty? Well, there's two key words in that post there. Guessing about, Kaya, Emily saying good morning to you. Guessing about uncertainty. As I say a lot, and thanks for asking, Luke, we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. 90% of them are same regurgitated thoughts as the day before and 85% of negative. That's probably gone up at least 10% because of everything we're experiencing. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and this is why I only like to deal with the facts. And here's what we do as human beings. We catastrophize the facts and we turn it into fear. So when we aren't dealing with the facts and we are tuning into the sensationalizing and the hype and the drama and the chaos and the swirl, it elicits huge amounts of stress, which reduces our intelligence and heightens our emotions. So I just don't work in the realm of guessing. I like to calculate the things that I can control. And that's my biggest tip. Focus on the controllables. You can focus on controlling your physical state, your mental state, your emotional and spiritual state. You can control your spend. You can control your environment. You can control who you hang out with. There's no guessing there. What people are guessing about is the uncertainty of the future. That is a big fat waste of time and energy, and it will deplete you and it will plug you into fear. And fear is false evidence appearing real. It's a story. And when we get stuck in stories, we're really good storytellers, and many of us are amazing Steven Spielbergs of our own brain, right? So my advice is, Don't buy into the drama. Get the facts from reputable sources. Minimize your time on social media, particularly everything Corona Loco. Shift all of your focus in what you can control, what you can invest in, and use this time for self-isolation, for self-transformation. That's my invitation. Oh, so many Asians. I invite you to read the Quran. There you go. You can read the Quran. I've never actually read that, but I've heard great things about that scripture. What about, so any other questions? Because I'm conscious I've been here for a while now. False expectations appearing real. Yes, Guy, absolutely. 100%. Guy, so I'm curious, my friend. You've been so open and willing and vulnerable at the moment. Tell me, what have you heard for yourself inside of, you know, the pain that you said that you were in? What do you hear for yourself, and what can you apply? Oh my God, our brains totally like to make up the worst case scenario. Yes, Tammy, and they do that because we are designed to survive. Our brain is like fly fishing. We go, pew, worst case scenario, got it. Yeah, let's reel that baby in and feast on that. Because we want to know how to survive. This is why replace your fear with faith, Guy, and trust. Life is happening for us, not to us. Have a useful belief, as Chris Helder would say. Thanks for the pump up. Going for a run, as you should. Good on you. Holly, great to have you here. Paula D, great to have you here. So the invitation, hi David, is please, if you've just tuned in, Luke's saying lots of guessing, heaps of comments on government policy. Yeah, I just don't buy into it. It's a waste of my energy. I don't play the guessing game, and I don't engage in it. Keep going, Tanj, says Luke. Oh, look, I'm just conscious it's been half an hour, but I know we're all in self-isolation. But any questions, I'll happily answer them, I should say. I'm on the right track, but love and grateful for all your energy and vibes to start the week. You're so welcome. I'm hitting the cold shower and then do my day 1 of 30. Yes, Suzanne. Oh my God, the cold shower this morning, I was like, whoa, woof. Might turn into an opera singer. This occurred for me. She was drowning me. Okay, Guy, awesome. So consider that she was teaching you that you were allowing yourself to be drowned. If I can offer you something, no one makes you feel anything without your consent. And I know we're just connecting, but if I can offer you something, my invitation is don't go down in victim town with other people causing the effects on you. And I'm only saying that because of your language. She didn't drown you. You chose to drown yourself in the company of her for whatever reason. There was a benefit that you got out of that. And when you can be responsible for the benefit that you get out of saying that somebody else is drowning you, when you can get responsible and go, no, that was my choice, because no one can make you feel anything, my friend, without your consent. And I want you to be empowered. I want you to go and carve the most extraordinary, delicious technicolor life for yourself and your soul. You won't have access to that, my friend, if you blame others, if you point the finger, and if you give them the power. And I know this may sound a little harsh, but yes, yeah, what have you got here? True that, I gave her permission to crush. Yes, well, perhaps you gave yourself permission to crush yourself, and she was just a really good person to blame. We do that in relationship, my friends. We blame others for the reason we don't feel happy, fulfilled, sexy, inspired, on fire. And I don't think that's cool. I think it's our responsibility to be a complete jigsaw puzzle before we even play in the toy box. I don't believe in or subscribe to the Jerry Maguire philosophy of you complete me. No, that's a big deal. If I relate, like I've got missing pieces of the jigsaw and you have to make me happy and you have to make me feel inspired and my sexiness is in your hands and you're going to make, like, no, that's my responsibility. That's up to me. So it's up to us to be empowered and show up in the best version of ourselves, or be vulnerable and wobbly and say, I feel like shit and I've been blaming you, but the truth is I haven't been being responsible about my own happiness and greatness fulfilled. Trust in God is the only way to come out of the stress. Thank you, Navid. So obviously that is something that you believe in, your faith. And everyone listening, hey, Corey, Hey, Christine. Hey, everyone joining. If it's God, Vishnu, Krishna, Allah, Source, Universe, whatever your language is, all is welcome. Okay, everyone is free to believe their beliefs, but yes, Navid, trust in God, faith, something higher than ourselves, that this is happening for us, not to us. Paddy, g'day. Navid, you are a very good person. Thank you, Navid, and as are you. Jamie, great to have you here. So Guy, my friend, look in the mirror today, and my invitation is choose you, and choose to thank your previous partner for all the blessings and the lessons and the reminder that you desire more, you're a stand for more, you deserve more. Thank you for the gift, and now love yourself. This is the time for phenomenal self-love. This is not the time for Jerry Maguire. This is the time to invest in ourselves. And that's my invitation to all of us, that we can absolutely control. Two people make two people. You are not two halves. Ah, well said, Emily. You can only do this for yourself. Yeah, you're getting a lot of support from Instagram as well, guys. So the community are out there loving you. Navid, I like you too. In fact, I love you. I love all of you for tuning in. I stayed. Great message. I'll run later. Travis, good on you, brother. Look, I feel like I should wrap up there. Like, that is half an hour. So, you know, oh, I love you. I really genuinely am here. I want to add as much value as possible. I don't want to rant on a lot, but I want to offer you as much as I can. So if you do have any questions, DM me, send them to me, email them to me at tanja@tmj.co. Luke, I'm on a roll. Tanja, Tanja, at tmjcoaching.com.au. Sean, we love you too, always. We love you. I love you too. I love all of you. Chris, thank you, Tanja. Was awesome. Got to get to work. Exactly. Christine Henderson, love you. Remember, I have a helpline. It's free. Call me and I'll provide some free coaching. It is 0413 219 923. I'm sending that virtual kisses and hug. I'm sending you virtual kisses and hug. Please join our community online, Instagram and Facebook. We're doing savers. We're practicing the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Buy the book, download the Audible book, jump online. All you do is take a photo of yourself, somewhere you are, post day 1 of 30 done, and tag me. The @ the Tanja Lee, and I will high five you. I will connect with you, and I will keep inspiring you, and you will keep inspiring everybody else. Now's the time to elevate our state. Remember, have a useful belief. This is happening for us, not to us. Don't go down in victim town, and don't put the power in other people's hands to make you happy and fulfilled. That is solely our job. But if there's anything I can do to pepper some belief in yourself, to remind you you're a creator, then I do that with love. Please remember, have an attitude of gratitude for everything in your current reality and everything that in your current desire, but know that you can't manifest that which you want on top of fear, scarcity, and lack. It has to happen on a foundation of love. Book is on its way, should be here Thursday, boom. But you don't have to wait for the book. You can start savers, okay, straight away. Sean, thank you and have a lovely week. I love you, and remember, Guy, mwah, stay tuned. I'll be back for Rapid Fire Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday, to reflect on all the specific one-on-one coaching themes from my clients for the week. Rapid fire some tips that you can apply to your personal and professional life. We're going to use this online resource as a digital classroom. I'm going to up the ante with content, and I'm absolutely here for you. Please reach out with your questions. Please call the hotline, support line if you need. And remember, as always, in the words of the late, great Maya Angelou, people will forget what we said. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Michael Ninchke and Richard, we're wrapping up, but you can watch the record. By the way, if you don't want to miss any of our live videos, just message me your email and your first name and second name, and we'll add you to our email tribe, where every week, once a week, you get video and podcasts of Mindset Mastery Monday and Rapid Fire Friday delivered to your inbox. No spam, no set of steak knives, no upsell, nothing but love and good stuff. PK, Richard, Great to have you here. Watch the record. Guys tuning in, I am in love with you. Navid, I am in love with you too. Let's be in love with ourselves. Let's be in love with each other. I sound like a trippy hippie, but like now's the time for love, my friends, not fear. That is the message. And if you're in real estate, you are not prospecting to list and sell. You are calling to connect and serve. I'll say that again. You are calling to connect and serve. I love you. Go well. Stay connected. Do savers with us. Let's rise above, my friends, because we can and we choose to. And I'll see you very soon. Much love.